Hello and happy days to each of you folks. Hope you guys are having an amazing day today. So today I wanted to set up my sandbox for fantasy land and that sort of a thing. Too, this is something I oftentimes will do. I started this with Planet Coaster 2, not Planet Coaster 2, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 after I finished all of the scenarios and that sort of thing too. It has 12 set up things. It's very heavily themed and that sort of thing too. Kind of like a Disneyland with 12 sub parks with the introductory and that sort of thing too. Now I did set up this custom, so I just have like cache and research, all that stuff too. But I did notice actually that there is a challenge mode available for this too. So I could, if I wanted to, just do this with a challenge mode and then combine the two. If you recall, I was thinking about doing the challenge mode, which has just been added to the Planet Coaster 2 with the new Sorcery pack, or I could do this too. But I kind of like the idea of combining them and that sort of thing too. And I didn't know that was actually an option until I came. And that sort of a thing too. So we'll actually do that. We'll do this on hard mode and with the fantasy. So let's get this started. I think you guys will enjoy this. That sort of a thing too. So we'll go ahead and do the challenge mode here on Fantasyland. Here at the Sandbox setup. So this difficulty is not going to be easy. Sorry, this will still be hard. And that sort of a thing too. Let's go ahead and create our part. Alright, so hit the pause button. Let's take a look around, see what we've got, and that's everything. Alright, and so here where I'm still in a temperate setting, again I enjoy what that offers and that sort of a thing too. And then so the introductory here will be the fantasy section. It's fairy tales, Le Fay for short. I like to put it in French. I think it's a fun name. And Le Fay is fair in French, and then with now we actually do have some theming here that's already in the game. It was added in one of these free updates. I'll show you two real fast. And then each of these separate parks have their own separate trash bins and light posts and benches and that sort of thing too. So check it out. And so let's look real fast here. See what's available. So you can see here in the scenery section that we have. If I just go over here to park stuff, I think it's called it might be called story or something like that. But let's see what we've got over here. This is the park stuff. You can see over here. Let's just look at my bins. It's that's the Planet Coaster bin. So we're looking. I think is that one in here. There's basically one of these things. Yes, that's it. It's the fairy tale thing, right? And so there's already this theme right on in. So that's going to be the bin that we'll use for the opening section. I'm sure you'll find some other stuff too here, and then also if we just take a look at all of the fairy tales, we'll have a bunch of these here and there. For all the stuff, you can see everything here, from doors to I'm sure you'll see things in here, to wagons, for caravan wheels. I'm sure it's like all of these are fairy tale games. Now here in the entrance of my park, in order to make it a fairy tale thing, we need that's weird. I'm at 50,000. I thought I said this is a hard challenge. No, let me go back and see if I can reset. Sorry about that. That's 50,000. That's not a hard challenge. Let me go back. Maybe that's the easy one. Sandbox, once again. Park. Temper. Fantasyland. Again. Fantasyland. Alrighty. This should be the challenge mode. Then difficulty high. It is. Alright, let's get the part. Still didn't get that. Yeah, that's just not feasible. We just can't be going in. Right into this. You guys aren't going to believe that and such. So let me go back out here. I'm going to remove the challenge aspects. I'm just going to keep the regular stuff. Okay? I don't want to be giving that kind of cash to start. We want to have a real challenge. Right? And so I'll just go here, exit the main menu again. Go back here to a sandbox mode. Park with it in the biome of temperate Fantasyland 2. And then this time we're going to go over here to the sandbox settings over here on the far side. Now the default one removes things like the economies and that stuff, right? You have infinite money, research, you don't have to limit that stuff. Here, over here, I've set up all those settings, and this should start me off at 10, but no incentives for fulfilling these challenges. Just that. So you might need right, just that. All right. It still says unlimited. That's just so weird. That's the traditional sandbox mode. Maybe it's just not working right now. Alright, chop one more time. Jump it again. Make this Fantasyland 4th time. Over here. You can see, let's just double check my sandbox settings to make sure it's all good to go. Here in the finances, you'll see I get started on. It does say it was weird. So let me go over to here and turn it on with about 10K. That's there we go. Okay. Research trees on. Yeah, that didn't say it. It's all about that. So I'll do that. Research. Okay. All that stuff too. That's pretty fun. All that stuff too is here. Everything's on. Water park settings. I actually will have the Atlantis section, which are not water parks. And then staff settings are all good to go. Good. Settings. Flat rod should also be turned on with power on. And people should be regular stuff. Yeah, good stuff. Alright. So I have now set the settings for your stuff. Now let's go ahead and create the park. Let me hit the pause button. So again, the first part will be using the fairy tale stuff, which is nice and flavorful. The only issue is that those sorts of kid rides that you see in kind of the front, like a merry-go-rounds and that sort of thing, tend not to be big money makers, right? So that's going to be our major issue here. But let's get started. So the first thing I want to do, at least I have about another 2.5k, but no more challenges that are helping out with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with this road over here. And then, so let's choose the roads for each section for you folks, and this will be the one that I'm going to have here in my fair area section. So let's go ahead and start this pathing tool. Let's move that up to 12. And then let's choose which path I'm going to be using. This is the default, but I can also get the stone shell. That's this one. The red swirly, the rusty path. Yeah, that's not bad. I think there's a cobblestone path, so it might be a little better. For a fairy tail, I think that's not that much. Sandstone's also there too. It's jazzy mosaic. Also not bad either. The red one. We got also, is that marble? Blue swirlies, small. Yeah, it looks like it's a little marble-ish with the square flags. Well, I don't see a cobblestone, which would probably be the best one for this. Now, let's do this. Not in the jazzy mosaic one. That does feel a little childish. Get like childish plays in wrong. And that's this one right here, jazz mosaic. So for everything, we're going to build a little road here in the entrance. Get them started. And then one of the things I actually want to do is have some couple of nice money makers and that sort of thing here early on. But then after that, I want to then in the flat ride setting. But then after that, I want to get this, maybe have a coaster, and then some space for transfer to move them a little deeper into the park. And so let's go ahead and get a couple of these for you folks. Alright, so before I get started with the actual rides proper, let's go ahead and drop well, I've got the money for it, I'm thinking about it. The less likely power supplies. So that's over here in the facility section. This would mean the power and water section. Getting that power. So let's go ahead and put it here. I'm going to put it right up here against the edge of the wall, because people typically are not going to want that. You see that over here. So power distributor, that's the one that sends power around, and then over here should be the power generator. Yep. See, those are pretty pricey. So that's one of the reasons why I put them over here early on. I'm going to build them early on. Ideally, later on you can get that sword. But they'll also require some serious cash. So I'll put it right here. Looks like I got back there too, if I wanted to put it back here. But that might be a good place to put a coaster or something like that. You know? I think that's probably not the best. That's not right. That's not bad either, but it's a little angled. I just want to have it. Yeah, that's not bad. Push it back a little bit. There we go. Then over here, we're also going to put the power distributor too. And there's the power distributor. Power distributor over here. 200. That's weird. Yeah, that's over here too. That's the thing that sends all our power to different places. actually bring this over here to bring this power over here. Two right here. Trash seeds. Over here, let's do some. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about having a little bit of a road right here in the middle of this, which I'm just going to take up and down. And that's it. So let me dock that in here too, so I can go. And this will be taking me to my different sections. Okay. Apart. Putting the, let's put a merry-go-round, probably easy, yeah, merry-go-round's exact, again, this isn't exactly the easiest place to put them, but you can, early on, we want to make that money, but top spins, you know, that sort of a thing too, probably aren't really a traditional sort of a kid, juvenile, right, kid-centric, you know, and family-friendly stuff, right? Down a flat right here, it's going to be create a custom. It's going to be this merry-go-round right here. Grand cubes. It's actually pretty pricey for a little tiny thing of excitement. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some more money. We'll be able to get us a lot of people on this ride, if that makes sense. So let's toss this down here first. Maybe a little bit away. It's right there. To get some folks in there. Well, it's not that big, unfortunately. I was hoping it might be a little bigger, so I could have more space to build up the decor. But let's maybe push it over here a little bit more. Maybe right there. That's good. Let's go right here. The entrance and the exit. Probably put the entrance a little bit more around. The exit's fine. I might consider putting the exit there further away from my bar. But, you know, just thinking about that. It's not the worst idea in the world. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to do that. I do want to move that a little closer to the. Yeah, now I'm looking at it. A little closer to the road. Not the road path, but yeah. You get the idea? I'm sure you're fine. If you're losing any sleep over me calling it the road instead of the path. Right, let's go ahead and place this to the map. Okay, actually, maybe a little, yeah, a little closer to the side too. Over here. So we're going to be connecting over here. Before I get that stuff done. Sorry, this is going to be a feature piece. That's a little more art, so I want to make sure it's in the best place. You know, people aren't going to be lining up to ride Ukraine character myself, right? Like they would with some other stuff. What's that like? It was in the right place vertically. So, let's go ahead and get this exit here. Actually, now I think about it, I'm going to put another one here. I'm actually going to need a little closer. Sorry about that. I'm sure you're very, very bored with removing rides, but I'll wait. It's not very close. Also did it in the previous one too. Let's place the entrance a little closer here. Look here. Alright. Now let's go ahead and connect it by the path. Let's go ahead and start this right. I'm going to put another one on the other side of this one. Test it. Connect it to the path. And this one for the Q path is currently this. What's I kind of want the Q path to also be something than just this board. Final. But we'll also, I think rustic probably would work here. Probably not that long of a queue because it's carousel. But when it does work, you're probably actually going to be bringing in some good stuff, right? Per thing, because you don't, yeah. So a little bit, you know, obviously. Nope, not there. There's as far as I can go. Weird that I can go there. And that's over there. Come over here. Try to delete that, maybe it'll help out with that angle. I accidentally deleted it though. Sorry about that. So we gotta go back over here. In the early section. Yeah, I bet that's probably, I don't want to have them waiting too long for a merry-go-round. They're probably not going to use it. So, right here. Come on. Feeling. Actually, to move this. left of that path. Yeah, that's a lot of space. Yeah, I'll move it to the left. I got plenty of space over there. Sure that it is, you're right. Brush some of those. There it goes. Good to go. Finish this pretty fast. Here, folks. Then once more around should be good. Yeah. Angle that a little bit towards the rows. Let's see. No. Pop this over here. That's good. Alright, and then over here we'll also need to do the side path too. Just real fast. Right, and I don't think that that's going to be causing a whole lot of issues with, you know, like people having some issues. But getting dizzy or something like that. And let's go ahead. Let's see how much it's going to be open to for going and that sort of thing too. And carousel. So I'll put how much is the cash on this. I can have it for probably custom is 3 months from the barter. Barter is also actually a little more. That's fine. So let's see what they're going to pay. That's another thing too. Priority pass is enabled. I don't think I'm going to change the name, but the grand carousel. I like Kitty Carousel actually. I think it's fun. And it's kind of literal, although they begin with the same syllable, they don't begin with the same name. But it's Kitty Carousel, a story, or fairy carousel concept, right? Or I can just call it fairy carousel, or ride. Ooh, I got it. Ride the unicorn ride. It does make sense. I like it. Idea concept there. Let's get into start. Let's see if I can start to make that move. I'll put the play there. What happens? I'm sorry, because of that. Right, let's go ahead. Hit the enter button there. Hit the play button. Let's see if it works. Now, while that's happening, I think maybe another good thing over here by the front would be the cherub line. I think it's definitely more of a kiddie ride. And that's it. I probably have the cash for that too. I got definitely the slide would be too. That's or bumper cars if I've done that. Also teacups will definitely work too. So I could do the Monty D on maybe, but probably not. So probably gonna head up. Or teacups actually might not be the worst idea in the world. I don't think about it. So let's try it. Let's do the teacups right here. Here. Can't put it right there because I put the energy thing there. So let's move that around. There. It's a little bigger, so maybe back. That's not the worst place I think. Get some because it gets wide, it gets closer to the path. Now there are some teacup designs that are out there, but I don't think any of them are the storybook side of things. Can I put there? Ideally, I'd push it back a little bit, like here. That's probably like there. But it's right by that. Alright, so let's go ahead. Move it again. Just not all the way. I'm done moving back once I figure out where I'm going this way. Yeah, it's a bit bigger. Alright. A little bigger. They probably need to get some. That's good. Front here. Then the exit here would be fine. Probably a little closer. Yeah, the exit would be too far. That might be a little bit of a safer place. Let's go ahead and get this started with the getting it. That's. I think maybe, sure, I'm probably going to get, how about Alice's team? Alice and Alice in Wonderland? We're a little farther away, but that's fine. We can play you some of that to give me some good stuff. Yeah, I went the wrong way on that. I think that space in the center should be the place where I'm putting all the yellow somewhere. So go ahead. What's the price over here once it's open? 252 best. It's very weird that those can't intersect. And so it was on the other side too. Start a place, a deal, some facilities. We'll start. Let me see if there are some storage that I mean. Fighting stuff, some construction stuff, just general. So I do want those to be more themed. And that's what I'm going to do. I just want to you can see here, themed, those are Planet Coast structures, that's right. And those are in the Planet Coast, which is kind of a generic theme park. It's nice to have that it definitely feels a little generic. 4 toilets and an info session, and then like a place for them to buy things like sunscreen, and maps and umbrellas, right? So that will be the other option, right? But here's what I could do, obviously, is to strip that of its, right? And just drop it like this. It's a bathroom, that has a restaurant, there's the souvenir shop. Services. It could just drop this, just base. build up the team around. And that's our thing too. And storybook. But I'll come back to that later. What I can find. Or there might be something in the workshop too, because I'm not the best designer. In the meantime, I want to go ahead and start dropping some stuff out there, like the bins, restaurants, that sort of thing too. Yeah, posh bins are nice. Let's put down here a few times. Over here, I mean, a couple of spaces here too. Probably a good place too. Over here, actually, very exciting. Really bringing it along. But we just gotta do it because that's the thing. Then after that's over with, then I'll drop down some bins. Alright, I'm sorry, some benches. Story. Is that right here? That's hard. Is it right here? That's it. Great job. That's nice. Yeah, that's fun. That's all I thought I was going to hear about. Teacups, which I can't see. So getting a little busy. Oh, that I can see. I bet it is. Alright, the entrance right there. Let's go ahead and drop the custodian and maintenance person. I'm still getting a little money over here. We'll go ahead and connect this. this is going to be a staff path.
Tamula's the Martha. Hello?
It seems like the closest I can get is to that place. So I could just put that on the other side if I wanted to. Right here. Except for clearly. I'll take a look at that and also maybe get some stuff downloaded tonight or tomorrow. That sort of thing too, to get that taken care of for your folks. Alrighty. And then we'll start decorating those sorts of things, adding some of that theme stuff like that too, for this and that sort of thing too for you folks. All up and down. And this is divided into everything from gothic horror, like zombies and vampires are part of the fantasy genres, to sword and sorcery, to urban heroic fantasy, all that stuff. So you can check it out. Alright. I can see that we're definitely way past our time. Sorry about that. Alrighty. So yeah, so we'll get this done and get this taken care of for you folks. And so what you think? Did you enjoy this? Right. I hope you did. And that sort of thing too. And then let me know what your thoughts are, and that sort of thing too. Happy to sort of engage you with it further in the comments below, whatever your thoughts are, and that sort of a thing too, right? And then, which one do you want to see? I think Fantasyland probably is the more themed, the more fun, probably type of thing, and that sort of thing too. Or and then the challenge mode, and then whichever one you guys don't want. But I'm thinking it'd probably be fantasy. That sort of thing too. And then do challenge mode and after hours. And that sort of thing too. Right? All that works for you folks. Alright. I want to thank you so very, very much for just taking some time out of your day and investing it, right? And watching my video. Because we all have so many things that are happening in our life. And we're pulled in so many different directions too, right? So if you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling. And I appreciate that so very, very much. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.